Hi, this is Tutor Nick P, and this is verb phrase 409. The verb phrase today is to go underground, and we got 3 meanings and 3 uses. Okay, so do a screenshot, do it right now. Let's get right to it. If someone says that another person or group went underground, he or she started working or doing some activity in secret. Okay. All right, the second one, to hide from public view, especially from the media. Or number 3, if an animal goes underground, he or she escapes into a burrow, roll, etc. when being hunted. So that's the most literal one. All right, let's continue. The term underground or the underground is believed to have derived as a name for the resistance movement during World War II, for example, in France and Denmark. Yeah, especially a lot of the European countries that were taken over very, very quickly, especially the French. They were taken over in like 2 weeks. That's a huge country, the Danish and several other countries. There were people still trying to resist, but of course they had to do it secret. They had to do it underground. They had to do it in hiding. Even if they weren't literally underground, they had to do it in hiding. They had to do it quiet. So the underground meant that, away from public view, away from, where authorities or anybody could possibly see or detect you. That was underground. So the underground, or you had to go underground. That was the action of joining that movement. All right, let's continue. So we got several examples here. Here's the first one. During World War II, the French resistance movement had to go underground to counter the Nazis, who basically occupied their country for almost the entire war. Let's go on. Number 2, after that environmental activist was suspected of blowing up buildings of companies he thought were damaging the environment, he had to go underground. Yeah, you see this in movies a lot of times. I don't recommend this. I think this is not the right, even if you believe this and you believe this is one of your goals, you shouldn't do it this way. But if you did go that far, you'd be forced to go underground, to try to escape being put in prison maybe for the rest of your life. Let's go on. Number 3, if that rabbit senses danger, he will go underground into his burrow. So again, this is the most literal one. Animals often have like little tunnels and stuff. They escape for hiding and, for protection. They will literally go underground. Okay. Number 4 here, those political dissidents had to go underground because government authorities were looking for them, especially if you are in a country that doesn't have a lot of freedom. And you're trying to oppose that government, you pretty much have to go into hiding to escape from them. That's what we mean by to go underground in that sense. Number 5, in order to avoid questions from the media, he had to go underground for a while. So, I don't know, this could be a politician, a celebrity, I don't know, somebody, maybe there's some scandal. They're trying to avoid the questions from the media. So they're just trying to avoid them completely. So they got to go underground, go quiet for a while, hide out. Don't give the media even a chance to ask you the questions. You have to go underground. Okay, anyway, I hope you got it. I hope it was clear. I hope it was very informative. Thank you for your time. Bye-bye.